Hello dear student, myself Dr. Surekha B. Jaiswal, Head Department of Physics, Moreshwar College, Bhokardhan, District Jalna. Today we will see cathode ray oscilloscope CRO. CRO, block diagram of CRO, cathode ray tube CRT, and measurement of voltage and frequency. Now, cathode ray oscilloscope CRO is electronic equipment which gives a visual representation of a signal waveform, amplitude of electrical signals like voltage, current and power displayed as a function of time. For its operating, it uses the properties of cathode rays which are deflected in electric and magnetic fields and give a spot on a fluorescent screen. Main building block of CRO are vertical amplifier, delay line, trigger circuit, time based generator, horizontal amplifier, CRT, cathode ray tube, and power supply. These are the main building block of CRO. Now, CRO is an electronic display device used to convert electrical signal to visual signal. This CRO is also used in laboratory and industry. Also, CRO is used widely in acoustic research, television production, engineering, and to study the nature of wave motion and in electronics. Now, building blocks of cathode ray oscilloscopes are seen figure, that is a vertical amplifier, delay line, next block is trigger circuit, and time based generator, horizontal amplifier. These are the block of the CRO. The first block is a vertical amplifier. The vertical amplifier is a first block of CRO. Input signal to the displayed by an screen of the CRO is applied to the vertical amplifier. Seen figure. Input signal is applied to the vertical amplifier. This amplifier amplifies the weak signal. Seen figure. Input signal is given to the vertical amplifier and that signal is weak and that is amplified by this vertical amplifier so that they produce measurable deflection on the screen. See in figure. Vertical amplifier decide the sensitivity and bandwidth of the CRO. Is output is given as input to delay line. Now, vertical amplifier function is here, amplifies weak signal and it also decides the sensitivity and bandwidth of the signal. It amplifies input. Amplifier stages are generally wideband amplifiers so that they can pass the entire band of frequencies to be measured. These amplifiers also contain the attenuator which brings the signal level to a proper range of operation. Now next block is delay line. We know that the input signal is applied to the horizontal as well as vertical deflection plates, but before reaching the horizontal deflection plate, the signal passes through different blocks such as trigger circuit. Seen figure. This delay line is applied to this trigger circuit, time based generator and horizontal amplifier, and here also it gives here this output to the vertical deflection plates. Seen figure. So delay line is used to delay the signal for some time in the vertical section, and the signal applied to horizontal deflection plate have to cross trigger circuit, time based generator and horizontal amplifier, so there is a time delay for the signal to reach to deflection plates. The signal for vertical plates and horizontal plates must arrive at the same time, so to provide delay to the signal reaching vertical deflection plates, delay line is used. Now next is a trigger circuit. Trigger circuit. To synchronize a horizontal deflection with vertical deflection, a synchronizing and trigger circuit is used. The circuit ensures that horizontal sweep being at the same point of vertical input signal. This circuit converts the incoming signal to triggering pulses. These pulses are used for synchronization. So trigger circuit generates trigger pulses which keep a synchronization between input signal and the horizontal deflection circuit. Now next block is time base generator. Input signal is given to the vertical amplifier, then it gives to delay line, and here that is trigger circuit, and next block is here, that is a time base generator. It is used to generate sawtooth voltage. The voltage deflects the beam in horizontal deflection. Due to this voltage, the spot on CRT is deflected at a constant time dependent rate. The x-axis on screen is represented as time axis, which helps to display and analyze the time varying signal. So time base generator generates sawtooth waveform and applies it to between the horizontal and deflection plate. As the sawtooth wave varies linearly with time and the movement of the spot on the screen takes place at a constant velocity. Hence, x-axis of the CRO can be calibrated in terms of time and input can be displayed with respect to time. So, next block is here, that is a horizontal amplifier. Horizontal amplifier. The strength of the sawtooth signal available at the output of a time-based generator is not sufficient, and thus before applying it to the horizontal plate, signal is amplified using a horizontal amplifier. Sawtooth wave form produced by the time-based generator may not be sufficient strength to a level which is required for a horizontal plate of CRT. So horizontal amplifier amplifies the signal generated by the time-based generator, and this amplified signal is applied to the horizontal deflection plates. See in figure. This is a sawtooth waveform generated by the time-based generator, and that is amplified by using this horizontal amplifier. Now next is power supply assembly. It provides the voltage required by CRT to generate and accelerated the electron beam, and voltage required by other circuit of the oscilloscope like vertical amplifier, horizontal amplifier, etc. High voltage and low voltage. Now high voltage is required by CRT in order of 1000 volt to 1500 volt. This applied high voltage is of negative polarity. Low voltage is required for heater of the electron gun which emits the electrons. Now CRT cathode ray tube, it is consists of electron gun assembly, deflection plates and phosphorus screens. In figure, that is the electron gun assembly, deflection plates, horizontal and vertical deflection plates and phosphorus screen. These are the section of CRT. The entire CRT is enclosed in an evacuated glass envelope. It consists of three main parts as shown in figure. So next, that is the electron gun assembly. It consists of heater, electron gun assembly as shown in figure C, that is consists of heater, cathode, control grid, focusing anode and accelerating anodes. These are the main parts of electron gun assembly. Cathode is indirectly heated. See in figure, that is the cathode is indirectly heated to emit electron. These electrons are then passed through the control grid, seen figure. See, this cathode is indirectly heated and that emit the electron, and that emitted electrons are passed through the control grid as shown in figure. Now the control grid has a centrally located hole coaxial with the axis of the tube. A negative voltage is supplied to the grid, and a negative voltage is supplied to the grid, and this negative charge repels electrons and generate a narrow beam, seen figure. That is a beam, flow of electrons, that is a narrow beam generated by this, and thus the controlling negative voltage applied to the control grid, seen figure. Negative voltage is given to this control grid, and we can control the intensity of beam, and this electron beam is then passed through a set of accelerating and focusing anodes. These anodes are supplied with high positive voltage and increased velocity of the beam and keep the beam focused. Thus by controlling the positive voltage applied at anode, the focus of the beam can be controlled. Now diffraction plates. A focus beam with a very high velocity is then passed through X and Y deflection plates. These are nothing but horizontal deflection plates and vertical deflection plates, and respectively the force on both plates are controlled such that the waveform will be displayed on the screen of the last section is phosphorus screen. Now electrons are made to strike the screen with very high velocity. Inner side of screen is phosphor. Now the focus accelerated and deflected beam is then made to strike the inside part of the CRO screen with a very high velocity. The inner side of the coated with a special type of phosphor, and this layer converts the electrical energy into light energy, and thus whenever an electron strikes the screen with a very high velocity, it generates a bright spot on the screen, and the beam moves so fast that it appears as a waveform. Now using CRO, we measure the voltage and frequency, measurement of voltage and frequency. So to measure the voltage, see in figure, that is a screen of the CRO and that is a sine wave. So for this, count number of division on this waveform. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 number of divisions for one cycle from this figure. So number of division equal to 4. Note the position of volt per division knob. So see, that is a volts per division knob, and its position is indicated by this knob is 1. So that is equal to 1. Calculate peak to peak voltage. Peak to peak voltage, that peak to peak voltage is equal to number of divisions, that is a 4, into volts per division, that is a 1. So 4 into 1 equal to 4 volts. So that is a peak to peak voltage for this cycle. Now next, how you calculate frequency. For counting the frequency, count the number of division for one complete cycle. From this figure, for one complete cycle to peak voltage here, that is also 1, 2, 3 and 4. So from to this point to this point, So that is a one complete cycle, and having number of divisions equal to 4. So, and time division knob is here, that position, so that is a 1 millisecond. So time division knob is on 1 millisecond. So time period equal to number of division into time per division now. So that is equal to 4 into 1, that is equal to 4 millisecond. So frequency equal to 1 upon t. Frequency and time period are inverse to each other. So f equal to 1 upon 4, that is f equal to 250 Hertz. Thank you.